Louisiana, where the black trees grow, lives a voodoo lady named Marie Laveau. She got a black tattoo, a mojo bone. Anyone there wouldn't leave her alone. She'd go, another man doggone. She lived in a swamp in a hollow log with a one-eyed snake and a three-legged dog. She got a bent, bony body with stringy hair. And if she never see y'all mess around now, she'd go, another man doggone. Late one night while the moon was black, the end of the swamp come a handsome Jack. A no good man like you all know, and he was looking around for Marie Laveau. And he said, Marie Laveau, you lovely witch, give me a little charm that'll make me rich. Give me $1 million, hey, I'll tell you what I'll do. This very night I'm gonna marry you, and it'll be another man doggone. So Marie done some magic and she shook a little sand. Yeah, she made $1 million and she put it in his hand. Then she wiggled and she giggled and she said, hey, hey, I'm getting ready for my wedding day. Well, old handsome Jack, he said goodbye, Marie. You're too but ugly for a rich man like me. The lightning started flashing, thunder started crashing. Marie started mauling and her fangs started gnashing. She went, another man doggone. If you ever get back where the black trees grow and meet a voodoo lady named Marie Laveau, if she ever asked you to make her your wife, boy, you better live with her for the rest of your life, or it'll be another man doggone. Another man doggone. Another man doggone. Another man doggone.
Live and local, Terry Allen's Guitar Bar, Marie Laveau. Who was that screaming in that song?
That'd be Lynn.
Lynn, you scream like a girl. I just want you to know.
And he's proud of it, too.
I'm proud of it, yes.
He's proud of it, too. We won't tell you how he has to get his voice there, but he does it well.
That's my only
Does it have something to do with, like, pulling up the drawers in the back or something?
He's mastered it, though.
He does. He's got it down to a
He's
fine
pretty
science.
good. So do you have to pump yourself up to be able to scream like that?
Yes.
Do you really? You have to say, okay, we're going to play Marie Laveau. I got to get in the zone, the scream zone.
That's the only time they let me sing all night, so I've got to make it good.
It's the Marie Laveau zone. Yeah. I mean, one thing that we do and that I think really helps us gel with each other is we cut up. We cut up all the time, whether it be rehearsing or on stage or whatever. And matter of fact, we took a popular song, if you don't mind if we do it
Not
real
at
quick.
all.
We took a popular song and, like we always do, made it our own.
Right.
And it's a good song. It's a good song. And
He's justifying something here. I'm not sure what.
All I'm saying is, all you out there in Radio Land, don't judge us.
Oh.
And you'll never hear this on K-Law unless we play it.
Don't be hating.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Like I said, we like to cut up. We like to have a good time. So this song to me says, have a good time. You know I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear, I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. I got that boom boom that all the girlies chase, and all the right junk in all the right places. I see them magazines working at Photoshop. You know that stuff ain't real. Come on now, make it stop. If you got beauty, just raise them up. Every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. It's the motion in the ocean, put that little girl to sleep at night. And I won't be no silicone stick picking Bobby down. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. Pick it, Lynn. You know I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, no treble. I'm all about that bass, about that bass. I'm all about that bass, about that bass.
Don't be hating.
Don't hate.
No, I love it. Are you kidding me?
Don't
I have to tell you this. I have 2 grandbabies, and they absolutely love that song. They think that is the coolest song ever.
There's
So
nothing better than hearing a little kid sing
I
that
am
song.
taking this.
There's
Oh, yeah.
nothing better.
It's hilarious. I have Michaela, who's 5, and Lucas, who is 3, and both of them, they know the song. It's hilarious. And Lucas just gets up and dances around. He's hilarious. So I'm taking that version that you just did on CD home to them so that they can hear the country version of that song. So I'm excited about that. Thank you for that.
But like I say, songs like that, just cutting up for the fun of it.
Well, and I love, when you were in the studio before, you told me that you have a set list, but you never ever go by a set list. I mean, it's basically.
We have a set list.
Or maybe,
here.
yeah, in his head, he's like, I know what I think I want to play, but it really just depends on the group. I mean, it's the whole group dynamic.
We played together long enough now that we can be standing around and somebody say, do this one, and we'll just take off. And then I'll say, let's do this one, we'll just take off. And then Shelby will say, let's do this one, we'll just take off. And Lynn will say, let's do this one or whatever, and we'll just take off. And
so do you find, and this is a question that I ask a lot of my artists, but do you kind of have an ebb and flow of your set where, you play a lot of real high energy stuff and then you bring it down and then you bring it back up, or you just play whatever strikes you?
I think as most bands do, we try to kind of play to the crowd, whether the crowd's really responding to. We do a lot of high energy to start, and then we'll slow it down with something like My Girl, kind of vibe it out a little bit. Then we may come right back with like Kalijah or something. And it really depends on the night. I mean, further on into the night, if we got people, really wanting to slow dance and stuff, we might hit 3 or 4 slow ones in a row. You just never know.
Well, if the dance floor is full, you keep them up there, right?
That's right. Because that's what pays us.
Yeah, absolutely.
What we've been trying to do recently is pushing all the original songs to see what crowd responds.
Oh, yeah.
And we've had a very good response. The Muddin' song has had a great response. The Rodeo thing has had a great response. We've got a couple more that we'll do here in a little bit that have really been, people are really responding well. So I'm double excited for this record.
I'm sure.
I really think it's going to be a really good deal.
I'm sure. Well, I mentioned earlier that you're the only artist that's been in the studio that has made me cry, and it was the song that you wrote for your daughter.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, you are also one of the artists, and Jonna will agree with this, that we wish that we would have kept the microphone going the entire time that you were in the studio. Right. Because, Cody, and you guys will know this because you work with him every day, he will just pick up the guitar and start singing something. And we're like, why? I wasn't ready. I didn't have my,
He does that to us in a live show, too.
we were completely done. We were completely done with the interview, and he sang like 4 more songs, and I'm like, why didn't I record that? It was awesome. And so I love that you've got that music in you like that. Right. I mean, it's amazing. And the fact that you're such a eloquent songwriter, you talk about feelings, and that is awesome. Let's play another new one that's going to be on your new CD.
Okay.
Whatever this is Cody's choice or y'all's choice. You decide. Oh, Lynn is going, I got one for you. I can see it in his eyes. No, he doesn't.
Well, the one that I wanted to do, we were rehearsing outside, and this is actually one that Dylan actually wrote, and it's a really good tune, kind of about love and loss. Don't let kind of the simplicity of it fool you, because the words in my mind are real powerful, and it's someplace that all of us have been, as men, all of us have been there at one point in time or another. It's called She Never Knew.
Ooh.
So this one will be on the record, and I'm excited about it. And my brother's a heck of a songwriter. I didn't know it years ago, and he busts out this song. Was like, hey man, I wrote this down, and we sat and messed with it, and now we've messed with it, and I think
so. Now you've made it East Cache Creek.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Here it is, East Cache Creek. I can't even say it. And She Never Knew. Oklahoma's best country, K-Law 101.
She never knew. The rain was pouring, oh, but her eyes were bright. The greenest and green, oh, what a beautiful sight. In that moment, you both saw that's what was missing in your lives after all. You needed her so much, and she needed you too, but you didn't show her. You got cold feet. Now you're kicking yourself as she walks away, because those 3 words were all you had to say. Well, you loved her so much and she loved you too, but you didn't tell her.